Welcome to Weekly Geek Speak. I'm Andrew.
I'm Scott.
And I'm Steve.
We're a weekly geek podcast. We talk movies and comics and TV and more.
Games.
And the games.
Badges.
But they're mainly on YouTube with Scott and Dan. Also check that out.
Got games on the podcast. It's
happened.
Yeah.
It's happened.
It's fine. Yeah, sorry, I'll behave. You can find us on Twitter at Weekly Geek Speak. You can email us weeklygeekspeak@gmail.com. Also on Facebook, give us a like. And you can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Spreaker and Podcast Land. Now it's the show, the second week of the show of the recording. I don't know, I'm struggling.
Episode 102.
Are people aware how we record this?
I don't know, let them know.
Do you think they picked up on it?
Well, they must guess that you do disappear at the end of some, so we must record only to...
Basically, we get together every 2 weeks and record 2 weeks worth, which is why the second week seems always less current, and I always have a tantrum, or get abducted. I got run over once, I think.
Oh, really Geek Speak behind the magic. Now episode 100's over, that's it. Smash through the curtain.
But it means sometimes we get to this second bit when we're clearly like fumes.
Yeah.
So sometimes the energy's
I'm feeling
different.
particularly fumey today, and I don't know why.
It's warm. But I just
Like those nachos earlier as well.
What do you call cheese that isn't yours?
I don't
Nacho
know.
cheese!
Hey!
What does a nosy pepper do? Get pilapeno business.
What did the Mexican push his wife off the cliff for?
Tequila.
This week bringing you all the best Mexican food. Send us yours at weeklygeekspeak.com. Yeah, well, I don't really know what you want from me, frankly. So the first thing I'm going to do, because I fancy doing it, is running through my 3-word reviews.
Please,
from the
by all means, do it. Do it.
I did it last week. I'm going to do it this week for the ones that I used last week, of which I recommended Frozen, which I gave 8 out of 10. Still bloody ace. Still bloody ace.
It still is.
I also watched Harold's Going Stiff.
Ah, okay.
Is that the new Harold and Kumar when one of them dies?
It's a film that's filmed in Sheffield.
Oh, I've heard about this.
Very low budget horror film.
I'm aware of this.
It's hilarious and heartbreaking is my 3-word review. 7 out of 10. Really good watch. Really interesting, different, silly. Also, it's got a really poignant ending as well.
What are the best Sheffield films?
Well, everyone goes full Monty, but I don't really. Threads is
When Saturday Comes.
No.
Yeah, definitely. Four Lions would count.
Actually, yeah, Four Lions.
Sure. We will go top 5 Sheffield films.
Unless you live in like New York or something, then you've got a load to pick from. Let us know from your hometown, wherever you're from, or your local area, what good films are in there. We'd love to hear that, and we'll read them out next week.
That'd be cool.
I also watched Atari Game Over.
I wanted to watch that. Is it good?
It is. It's very interesting. Quite a basic documentary. It's just over an hour, but it was interesting learning that story and how I felt a bit sorry for the man who designed it. It destroyed his career. Even though it shouldn't have. He was asked a very big task of designing a game in 5 weeks, and by all accounts, it wasn't even that bad. It was just very difficult.
Right.
And yeah, so Atari Game Over, 7 out of 10. E.T. is scary.
The story of Atari is fascinating to me. So it's been on my list, watch queue, whatever, for a while.
It's almost like it spurted up too fast and then couldn't deal with it. Couldn't destroy.
No manageable growth.
She's the Man.
She is the man.
She's the Man. She's the Bieber. It's my 3-word review. 7 out of 10.
Look a lot like Justin Bieber.
Nice.
It's the Justin Bieber X-Men Origins.
Okay.
Legacy / Filthy Little Devils.
Pretty Little
Devils, which got the Deacon last week. It's that bad. 2 out of 10.
Yeah, it really is. We looked up the IMDb score. I can't remember.
It was 3.1 or something.
So it was incredibly low.
Okay.
Hannah Montana the movie. 6 out of 10. 6 people die.
Whoa.
Yeah, they do.
One of them is the same man like 3 times.
We swear there's deaths galore in that film hidden.
Oh, wow.
Actually, honestly, there's quite a good little Channel 5 drama going on in the background with a bit of goofy stuff spread over the top, isn't there, in that film? It's not too bad.
I don't know. It's just a weird guilty pleasure for me. I don't know what it is.
I mean, it's not great, my interest, by any stretch. Hairspray, 7 out of 10. Travolta's rate hot.
Really? Right hot.
Rate hot.
Like,
Rate hot.
scale 0 to Scarja.
He's kind of a bit terrifying. It's not my favourite bit of the film, I'll be honest, because it's not to do with him cross-dressing. It's he looks like a giant hippo monster.
I forget I'm watching him. That scene with him and Christopher Walken.
Yeah.
It's just, you forget it's John Travolta. It's
I guess he does a good job, but he's a bit terrifying.
Yeah,
it's kind of like a Frankenfurter thing going on. Not just between his legs.
I never got that from Tim Curry's Frankenfurter.
Oh, terrifying.
What is it about you and transvestites?
I don't know. Maybe I had an experience that I blocked out as a child.
I don't know. I love Rocky Horror.
I do. I think the fact they're remaking it as a TV mini show.
They're remaking a version of it on Fox.
Yeah, which scares me because it's very of its time and it's
not
camp and
it's not Frankenfurter that puts me off watching it though. It is the time warp purely.
Oh right.
It's I can watch it. If Frankfurter scares me. Then that's good, and I think that's more to do with Tim Curry being a fantastically creepy actor.
He's amazing.
But yeah, anyway.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's right for interpretation. I mean, they paraded it around the world for years.
Yeah,
so I'm not that worried.
But does it need a reinterpretation? Tim Curry's so good.
No, but it's just a fun show. That,
yeah.
You know, I'm up for it. I'll watch it.
And remember, the film is an interpretation, really, isn't it?
Yeah,
Starry Eyes, which I was going to recommend but didn't. 8 out of 10.
Hey.
Brutality of Fame.
You've made me want to rewatch that now.
The Change Up with Ryan Reynolds and Jason Bateman.
Oh right, is it better or worse than Freaky Friday?
Well, it's the third time I've watched it.
I was about to say
I've given it 8 out of 10, and it's an engaging watch. And the reason I put that is because I got engaged to that movie, not to that movie when it was on. When I got engaged.
What did you just have a weird epiphany moment and propose on the spot?
No, it was kind of, because for years I was thinking, what's the nicest way to propose? But I know full well that Lucy doesn't like attention, so if I did it in a restaurant or on the top of a bridge, I don't know what people do romantically.
I don't know.
But I thought she wouldn't like that. She'd probably find it a bit awkward. So I thought, what better than in a hockey shirt and in my pants in front of a bad film?
Yeah, well, as you mean to live your life.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
But that was it. That was us, and it was nice. Even though it sounds really basic, it was right for us. I don't need a big story. Age of Ultron.
Sweet,
That's
though.
sweet.
To have a film connected to it, you know.
Avengers: Age of Ultron, 8 out of 10. Better than first, and I still think that. But I need to watch the first one again, probably.
I'll go with that.
It's valid. It's a valid opinion. I don't quite.
I know. I need to. As I say, I need to watch it again because I don't know if that will stand. But that's my current 3-word review for it. Horns, which I recommended, 6 out of 10. Has bad ending.
Yeah.
And finally, The House October Built. Solid found footage, 7 out of 10.
Oh, right.
Really liked it.
Okay, I've seen that go past on.
The ending's a bit crap. Again, I could tell you how I want it to end.
Yeah.
But it's not up to me. But just see, I think it's a found footage where you actually like the people in it. So
That's a rarity nowadays. They do so many of them.
I mean, so there are but it's almost like you're in that friendship group and you kind of get it. Okay. And they're basically travelling around trying to find the best haunted house rides. You actually see these brilliant haunted house kind of things that create someone who's absolutely terrifying, and that really works in the found footage way because you're there going around and it makes it scarier.
Cool.
Can we do a top 5 found footage quickly? This is my theme for today.
Oh,
difficult.
It is.
I would have Cloverfield and Wreck in there.
Cloverfield, yeah, I'd put Wreck in there definitely. I would put Blair Witch because I think it's fantastic. I know it divides people. Chronicle, maybe. I would actually, even though it's an obvious choice, I do think the first Paranormal Activity is a great feat.
Yeah,
absolutely
probably.
brilliant.
I wasn't a fan.
I really liked the things that go bump in the night thing. I think afterward, the later ones were scary. But I saw that in the cinema and the reactions were great, and I thought, honestly, it's one of those that does make you leave you lying in bed and me going, what was that? You know, because it's all about where you do feel safest in your bed, and it worked for me because that was always a terror when I was a kid. I thought that there were going to be ghosts in my bedroom, so I just hid and held my breath. And all of a sudden you notice how loud your heartbeat is and things in a situation, and that's what really tapped back into a thing. I remember when I first watched it, I thought it was okay. It was when I watched it second time at home on TV that it actually really affected me, and it did affect me.
Yeah, I'm the similar, but I've tried to watch it 2 or 3 times, and I can't get past the opening bit. They annoy me.
They annoy me, and
I can't get past that. I think I don't want to watch another hour and a bit of this. They're annoying me now.
I wouldn't say
I can't get
any
past
positives for the characters, but the events that go in there.
Yeah.
Just
It's a shame I've not made it that far, because I get that, and I just can't make it past that opening bit. I think I need to watch it with other people and just focus on it rather than going, no, not for me, something else.
They are annoying. I can't say anything for the characters, but I wouldn't let that stop things. And if you hate a character in a horror film, then you probably enjoy what happens to them.
Right, okay, yeah, that's a fair point, actually.
So, found footage, there are some good ones, but we seem to be saturated with terrible ones at the moment.
Some good shouts.
I like Grave Encounters, actually. That's a found footagey one, I guess. They're filming a documentary and it goes wrong, but it really knows itself. Like, it knows it's a stupid piss take of those stupid programmes like Ghost Adventures.
Do you think we're missing that quality found footage zombie film? I know there have been one, but do you think we're missing that? That's the one.
I don't know. I really feel the zombie thing's been done now, and I can't think of anything good. In fact, here's one that should be mentioned. It should not. The very first, well, probably not the very first, but a very early found footage one is Cannibal Holocaust. Which they got in trouble for because they thought people thought it was real back in the 70s.
Good point. Let's say Romero did Diary of the Dead.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And that is awful. That's just cashing in on found footage. It's terrible.
Because a found footage zombie film, just on paper, so I was like, yeah.
That works.
It's not quite. We've not quite had that one.
No.
Creep.
Wreck. Actually, Wreck's that.
There we are.
Wreck
is. It's not necessarily a textbook zombie film, but
then
it is in the right field, definitely.
Creep. Yeah, completely forgotten that. I really want to see that again.
Very different as well. Horror film.
I hope that gets distributed because I really want to see that again. Yeah,
that kind of plays with a man is hired to film a man's. This man's dying of cancer, and he wants to leave a kind of message for his son because he thinks he's going to die before his son. So this man comes along and films him, and it just gets weirder and weirder, and then things are not what he initially thought and thought it seemed, and it really is creepy. It's about a creepy man, basically. It's a really good film with a quite light-hearted and kind of funny and a bit, ooh, that's a bit creepy, and then the ending's a bit like, oh, fucking hell.
Yeah.
But yeah, good. Worth watch.
Alright.
Yeah. So there were my 3-word reviews, and now we'll go on to the bit that we also do at the end of at the start of the second week's podcast. I'm struggling today with words. You'll need to take over from me, and who's better with words than Steve?
Scott! What?
What?
Excuse the rustling. So I don't know. I struggled with one this time round, but I found a list online, and I can't remember the website off the top of my head, but every month it goes through the top grossing films by year of that month, and I thought that's quite an interesting one. So I clicked on April, and it's just interesting to see to me how cinema has changed. I mean, obviously it's changed a lot over the years, and just watching the genres.
How many years have you gone back then?
Well, it goes back to 82, and I won't cover them all because we'll be here.
What an arbitrary date.
I know, right? It's just it just stops at 1982. It's like, oh, okay. Not sure why.
There's no rhyme or reason.
No.
I think you should. Yeah, go. But
I don't just want to sit and read a big list. But there's a few that definitely stick out that we can have a good discussion about.
No, I think there's a way we can. I want to gauge it as we go. So, do you want to hop like every other?
Yeah,
I'm quite intrigued by how it does.
There's a few that are just I've not even heard of them, and I'm like, oh.
So
they were the highest grossing because
the best April,
it was that month.
The best April releases from 1982. Then.
Yeah, so the top grossing film by year for that particular month, and this is April. I'm not sure. So if I'll start at 1982 and we'll move up. I just thought it was quite an interesting look at how far we've come since 1982. I might do a few more of these in the future. I'm not going to do every month, but it's just nice to look.
Pick out the ones of interest.
So we started off in 1982 with The Sword and the Sorcerer.
I don't know what
Yeah, no.
You like Sword and the Stone?
Yeah,
It's not Sword and the Stone.
Sword and the Stone was good. 1983 we got Flashdance. The iconic Flashdance. Maniac.
Cool.
But
Always
yeah,
got to dance to that.
Yeah, you've got to.
I wasn't keen on the film, but those
I'm
scenes
good
are
with
very... They're iconic scenes, but you watch the film and you're like...
When once you've watched it, what a feeling.
Wilders never looked so hot either.
Yeah.
No.
It was Robert Webb doing the his version on
That worked more for
Comic
you.
Relief.
Oh, I remember
That was crazy. Really well done. 1984 we got Friday the 13th, the final chapter.
Oh,
It
wow.
wasn't there, was it?
No, they carried on.
I still think Jason X is good.
I like
Silly.
Jason
I like
X.
Jason
I
X.
like, yeah, that worked.
It's the only one I've seen in the cinema. The Friday
okay.
the 13th.
I need to see them all. One day I'll sit down like I did with the Freddy ones and just watch all of them.
Session.
Yes. We moved on then to 1985, Lady Hawk, a film I feel like I should have seen and we could possibly show at one of our screenings. It's kind of a cult.
I've heard of it.
I've never seen it.
It's one of these cultish, I looked it up, I'm not sure, I can't remember what it's about, but it's one of these cultish 80s films that kind of had a following at the time and just sort of gone by the wayside. We then moved on to Legend, 1996, with Tom Cruise.
Weird.
I always want to watch that. Is it Tim Curry as the devil?
It might be, it's very good. He's played some good roles.
Demon-like character. He always looked really interesting and weird. I always wanted to watch
Tom Cruise looks very young and polished.
Yes. So already there's no rhyme, no reason. We've gone from Flashdance to a horror film to an 80s sci-fi type to Legend. And then we go to 1987 where we get The Secret of My Success, the Michael J. Fox romp.
I don't know.
I've never seen it.
I think it's hot on the heels of sort of Ferris Bueller. So it's Michael J. Fox. He's made it really big. He's quite young, and it's just his story of how he became this rich. It's all right. I don't.
No Doc Hollywood, is it?
No, it's no Doc Hollywood. But I haven't seen it for years. So. We then moved on to 1988 where we got Beetlejuice.
Yeah, now we're cooking.
Now we're cooking. So
Love it.
Great film.
You know, I've got an undying love for that film.
yeah, it's fantastic. And the sequel, maybe, I don't know. We'll see. If it happens, it happens.
I'm not
but
convinced it will.
No.
It will always be one of these.
I think it was just a great way to promote Michael Keaton. Hey, look, Michael Keaton, get him in the press. Look, he's in bed.
Yeah.
Over there, look.
Yeah.
But you never know. That's how things happen. That's how Paul Hollywood works.
Doc Hollywood.
He spots Doc Hollywood. He's gone up in the world. We then got Field of Dreams, Kevin Costner in 1989.
Never seen it.
The baseball
Should
one.
I haven't seen many Costner films when I actually think about it.
It's one of them where its sort of premise and ending has been that ingrained in sort of through cultural osmosis.
Yeah.
I know of this film and everything about it through never watching it. So I feel like I don't have to.
If you build it, he will come. They will come. That's that's.
And I kind of know it as if I've watched it, but never watched any of it.
I remember it from years, and I remember it from probably just after that. It's quite sentimental. It's quite sweet. I've never seen it.
They seem to like sentimental films around the very late
Yeah, the
80s, early
90s.
90s, yeah.
No, you were talking about Patch Adams a couple of weeks back. It's that
Forrest
sort of-
Gumper.
Yeah,
I still love Forrest Gump.
It's a great
it's
film.
a good film. Jenny.
And Sling Blade, its darker cousin.
1990, we moved on to Ernest Goes to Jail. I've never seen any of the Ernest movies. I have to
Ernest
Must be getting to the end of the Ernest.
Ernest
Yeah.
goes to camp and Ernest plays basketball. Can't remember what it's called. Ernest. I don't know. They're the best two of the Ernest
I've not seen
No.
any of them.
franchise.
No.
Can't say I've never really got
the
into
importance of being earnest. That's
Oh, wow,
one of my
no.
favourites.
Nice. We moved on to 91 where we sort of saw a rise in the sort of cheesy actiony films and we got Steven Seagal, Out for Justice.
I love Seagal.
Yeah.
I'll always
Actual
love
title.
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
It's convinced me if someone just comes in tight enough with the camera and then I move my hands about, I can look like a badass.
Cool.
So it gives me hope.
Not too tight though, because your face is quite wide and. If you
Well,
just
it
do
works for
something-
Seagal.
Yeah.
What do you mean my face is wide?
It was more a comment on not your wide face.
In 1992 we got everyone's favourite Beethoven.
Oh, I love
Oh,
it.
Giant
Beethoven.
dogs.
I prefer
Yeah.
Beethoven goes fourth.
I was going to say, how many did they make based on that franchise?
Fuck knows.
Are they still
Still
going?
How many Beethovens were
Oh,
there?
you not been keeping up with the Beethoven cinematic universe?
I'm sorry, no. I
Well,
can't. Oh.
They did the crossover with Turner and Hooch.
Whoa. 93, Indecent Proposal. One I've
Ooh.
never seen.
Ooh.
I feel like I should have done.
What do you want? Can I bum your wife while you watch? Or something like that.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Is that it? And he goes, go on then.
Go
The
on
end.
then, give us a tenner. That would be the Yorkshire kind of Bob Sue and Rita 2 kind of version,
Yeah.
isn't it?
That's a strange film.
Yeah.
The answer would be yes.
For $1 million.
For a
For
million.
a tenner, yeah, you could get home with that.
Just about.
That's like free drinks.
Oh. Wow.
That's why Scott's a great catch. He'd sell you for a tenner.
Hello, ladies.
I'd split it.
Moving on to 1994, we got When a Man Loves a Woman.
When
a man loves a woman.
you'll get £10.
4-5.
Or 5, we've got to split it. We're a partnership.
Yeah, you're really taking one for the team.
We're
there, Scott.
equal, we're equal.
What if they went, she watches, I do you?
For a tenner?
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Cool.
It's all mine.
Okay.
Double standards in it. Double standards.
In 1995, while you were sleeping.
I'm joking.
Oh God, this is
I know, it's getting
Link-
worse.
While you're sleeping, I earn £10.
Move on.
Hang on! This gets 1996, it's your primal fear. that
Yeah, well, your
carries on.
time or free of
Oh,
you're going
God.
to be sold for £10.
1998, the Nicolas Cage romp with the Sarah McLachlan soundtrack, City of Angels.
Oh, that ruins
In
it.
the arms of an angel. Yeah, that's all about
I always
all
just
I
think
remember.
of-
Is that where he's an angel?
Yeah.
And she rides down the road with her arms out.
That's the
and
one.
then gets hit by a bus because she's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, that's the
I
one.
always just think of the Goo Goo Dolls with Iris, that song that always played.
Yes.
That's all I think with that film every time.
And we moved on to 1999, Entrapment, with Catherine Zeta-Jones climbing under all the
Like when you
lasers.
test people to see if they'll sell the bodies for £10 and arrest them.
Yeah.
That's the
On a
one.
podcast.
Yeah,
and then
podcast.
And then in 2000, we got U571.
which was the most Americanized war movie I've ever seen.
Oh, right, okay. I've seen
Um,
this.
it's quite tense and things, but it's an entirely forgettable war movie.
Right.
I'd forgotten it existed.
Yeah. In 2001, Along Came a Spider, the Morgan Freeman sort of Silence of
lay
the
down
Lambs-esque,
beside her.
based on a book.
And offered her £10.
I really enjoyed it. It's based on a book. There's a couple of the films with Morgan Freeman.
Is that Hard Rain?
Is that the sort of bone
No,
I
collector?
don't know.
No.
Is that just another
It's-
Morgan
It's like
Yeah.
the bone collector. And
It's
all
quite a
that,
good.
isn't it?
It's not a bad little film. It's all right. Then in 2002, the trends changed a bit. We got Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all
Not
Greek
seen.
to me.
Yes. Moving on. 2003, we got Anger Management. Jack Nicholson.
Oh, yeah. And Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
That's the voice he tries
That
to
was
do.
more Ricky Gervais.
Was it?
It was.
That was. It was probably the last passable film he did, but it was the start
It
of
was-
the. I was going to say decline, but it was never that up there.
No,
Was
No.
it? But that was definitely when it were like.
passable.
It's getting there.
Yeah. 2004 podcast favourite, we got Mean Girls.
I need
Oh.
to see that properly because I've tried to watch it twice and I can't get into it. Paranormal
like
Activity Syndrome. Don't like any of them.
Okay.
I like Mean Girls.
But I do like. I have grown more of an affection for Lindsay Lohan. Oh, not now because she's like a melted
Yeah.
woman, isn't she?
like a Gandalf.
Scary.
And I've always had a crush on Rachel McAdams. I would never,
In
I would
2005.
never sell her for a tenner. 12. Well, I could get more.
In 2005.
I'd just like to say, ladies. It's always creepy when you're on
That
ladies.
was creepy.
I would never sell you for £10. I could haggle up to 20.
if this stays in
Bear in
2005.
mind, he's not being sexist. He said he will sell himself as well.
Yeah. The partners, man.
Nothing matters. It's nothing to do with that. It's just to do
The
with
partners.
he needs money.
All that, yeah. I'm shameless.
In April of 2005, we got Sin City.
Yes, great in its time. And
Great movie to see in the cinema.
Felt like a comic book come to life. It was wonderful to see what they did with effects, and it was a great neo-noir. I feel like it had its time. No,
Yeah.
they should have done that sequel by 2008 or whatever. It had a shelf life.
Absolute dross.
2007, Disturbia, which was a cracking film. The remake of Rear Window.
Awful.
I liked
God
it.
awful.
Okay.
Embarrassing. Shameful that you could even say that was anything like Rear Window, which is a fantastic film.
It is a
This
great
film is
film.
brainless crap, which takes away any of the subtlety and greatness of placing a camera in a room looking out there, you know, just confined. Take a look, confined. He just runs and looks through the window.
Was
Fucking
that,
Shayla, fucking c***.
Oh yeah, I was just about to
Ooh.
say, was it the beef film?
It was
It's
the
terrible. I'm sorry, Steve. That was
I watched it a long
fucking
time ago. It was
awful
alright,
film.
from what I remember.
There's not many films I get that passionately annoyed
No,
by, but that
wow.
is fucking terrible.
Well, when you
film.
remake a classic Hitchcock film, you better do something
Yeah.
interesting.
Do something good. Okay, moving on. In 2008, we got a film that I went in thinking would be awful and actually ended up loving, Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
I've always liked it. I've always had a soft spot for that.
It's the vampire song. It's so good.
Die.
And it's another line I always quote just whenever anyone says bullshit. I go, bullshit, bullshit, bullshit.
Yeah.
I know this now.
I always like when he's like, my penis went from 6 o'clock to 12 or something like that.
It's a really watchable film. It
is,
doesn't stand up there in, like, you wouldn't put it in a top 10 or anything, but it's
No.
really watchable.
And
Watchable
genuinely
and funny.
funny.
And nice.
You sound like you're from London.
And then after that, we got 2009, we got The Beginning, where it all started. We got Fast and Furious.
What, when?
2009. No, The Fast and Furious.
I was just
No.
about to say, there's no way.
No,
the
it wasn't
first-
That was about the
2009.
fifth.
Fast and
That was
Furious.
the fourth, wasn't it?
The
The Fast and the
I forgot how
Furious
to word.
was the fourth one.
So this was the fifth one. Fast and Furious.
No, that was Fast 5.
This was the. Which one
Didn't it
was
go
this? I don't
Fast
know.
and
I've just written
Furious,
Fast and Furious.
Too Fast, Too Furious, Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift,
Drift.
The Fast
The
and the
Fast and
Furious,
Furious.
Fast 5, Fast
and
Sex and the
Furious.
City, and Fast and
Fast
Furious
and
7.
Furious.
And
One of them came out.
I think that's right.
I don't even
Another
know.
one came out, and
Yeah,
they're so
we got
good,
another
they're so
one.
easily
Yeah.
differentiated.
Yeah, they are.
but-
And then I think this must have been the only film that came out this month, because in 2010 we got Clash of the Titans.
Or, as it said on the tickets, Clash of the Tit,
Yeah.
which I really wanted to watch. I'm a big fan of the old ones with the Ray Harryhausen skeletons and all that. And
brilliant.
I always get confused with Jason the Argonauts and stuff, but all those films I used to watch on like bank holidays, I was in love with all the like weird cyclopses and skeletons and
What was the sequel they made? Clash.
the Golden Fleece one, was it? Oh, you mean Wrath of the
Wrath of
Titans?
the
Oh, you mean the modern
Yeah,
day
it
one?
was the
The
Wrath,
rubbish one,
which apparently was.
Yeah, played out by then. Right?
Yeah.
Dogger.
2011 Fast 5. They were churning them out.
See
There we
the
go.
pattern.
That answers
See
it.
the
So that would have been Fast Forward.
Yeah, that would have been 4. 2012 Think Like a Man.
Think like a man, talk like a man. I don't know what this is.
I don't know what that is either. No.
It's not that Eugene Levy, Samuel L. Jackson one. Is that
That's
is
the
that one?
man.
The Man,
Oh,
I
that
don't
one.
know.
Let's think like a man.
Don't know. In 2013 we got 42, the Jackie Robinson story, as the top grossing movie. Can you see how it's changed? We've gone from all these massive box office ones to what?
So confused.
And then in 2014, Captain America Winter Soldier was the top selling film in April.
Remember this year, Fast and Furious 7?
7, yeah. So 3 of the Fast and Furious movies in April in the last...
They're very
20
intriguing. Maybe you can plop that out. Month or two.
Hello.
Hi!
It's time to clash some titans. Last time we clashed some titans, it was a comedy classic between Jim Carrey and Will Ferrell.
Oh, I thought you meant my performance.
No. Never.
Oh.
Steve, what is Clash of the Titans?
What?
What is Clash of the Titans? Stop texting.
I wasn't.
All the ladies.
I was looking at Reddit.
All the single ladies.
Redditing
Oh,
all
the
the
single
ladies.
ladies. Oh, the single ladies. Oh.
Oh.
If you like it, you should have put your ringtone.
Oh, I like it.
Anyway, what is Clash of the Titans?
Clash of the Titans is where we take two people, things, and clash them together.
Do you know what it is?
I'm not sure.
It's like
What is it? What do we do?
I think you're stalling.
What do we do? What do we do, Scott?
We take two similarly minded actors,
That's the
writers,
one.
directors, composers we've had, and we put them out in a penalty shootout style, two similarly paired films,
Yeah.
and we go through it to see who comes out on top.
That's the
We've
one.
had Bill Murray versus Dan Aykroyd, we've had Carpenter versus Craven,
Emma Stone versus Ellen Page was
Yeah.
a favourite of
Yeah.
mine.
The Ultimate Face-Off, Nicolas Cage and John Travolta.
Yep.
And a few others.
And Scott had a week off last time we did it, but it's good to have him back in the control seat, pushing
True.
the knobs and pulling the buttons.
They all watched me do it over 2 minutes.
We did.
It was impressive, wasn't it? My
was.
brevity.
I don't know. I don't know who was
know.
bringing. Let's
I haven't
find
got a
out.
clue.
Well, this was a suggestion from King of 3-word reviews at Popular Outcast, and it's Christian Bale versus.
Hello, I'm Christian Bale.
Oh, good for you.
So we've just got him in the studio against Sam Rockwell.
Hey.
Oh.
See, we got him as well.
So okay. Do we have any preference of actors before we start? Just out of interest.
Sam Rockwell, for me.
I adore Sam Rockwell.
He's brilliant.
I think he's the highlight of anything he's in.
Yeah.
But I think Christian Bale's back catalogue would overwhelm most people.
I agree. I think it's interesting. I'd go. I think Christian Bale. I don't particularly like him as much, but he has got a great back catalogue. But Sam Rockwell's a very likeable character. Actually, he was a very hateable character when I first met him in Green Mile. But since he's become one of my favourite actors, and he was only so hateable because he did such a good job. But I'm interested to see where we go.
Yeah,
so
same.
let's line up the first shooters.
Let's do this.
Okay, let's get psycho. Let's start. Let's go big
Okay.
from the off.
Okay.
That was Tom Hanks.
Damn.
Wrong clash.
Give me 2 more minutes. In 2000, we had American Psycho with Christian Bale as Patrick Bateman, and we had Sam Rockwell in 7 Psychopaths. That's a lot more than one psychopath, really, as American as he may be. So who wins the battle of the psychopaths?
Psychopathic.
Yeah. Psycho killer. Qu'est-ce que c'est?
You can go first after that.
Again, I feel like you're stalling.
I'm not stalling at all.
What are you stalling for?
I like singing. American Psycho is a fantastic film. Very dark, very very twisted. Very good adaptation of the book.
I did not
He
even
plays
realise
a
it was a book.
really really good character.
Not American Psycho.
Yeah.
I thought you meant 7 Psychopaths.
Oh no,
Sorry,
no, American Psycho.
I was in my own world.
No,
Yes.
American Psycho. Christian Bale.
Of course,
plays
American Psycho.
a-
I've read it, even. So I know it's a book. I know it as well as you can know that.
You're delaying for me now. Come on, thoughts. Come on. Yeah, great character. Truly disturbing. He plays it very, very well. But 7 Psychopaths was a completely unexpected. I really enjoyed it. It was really, really funny. And Sam Rockwell in that did steal the show. It's a really tough shout, but I'm going to have to go with American Psycho purely because I've seen it so many times and I love the book, and I just think his character's really strong and really dark, and he pulls off the psychopath very, very well in that. Yes.
Okay, I have seen both.
What did you pick, sorry?
You picked American Psycho.
What's
Pay
wrong with
attention.
me? What's wrong with me?
Keep disappearing into your phone.
I'm sorry.
It's phone land.
Flan.
Flan gland.
Whoa.
Anyway, we're on it today.
Yeah, we are.
We're-
Razor sharp.
We're just flying
This is us at our best.
into your ears.
So I really enjoy American Psycho. I think it's a good film. I haven't seen it for a good few years though, not through anything other than the fact it's not crossed my gaze. I think he does a cracking job. I think it's interesting and a very great study of the Psychopath's Mind. Seven Psychopaths I enjoy. It's probably a 7 out of 10 for me. I didn't love it as much as In Bruges.
Seven Psychopaths, that.
Yeah.
See, I'm on it.
I don't think Sam Rockwell necessarily steals that show, because I think Christopher Walken does a very good job in there as well, so I wouldn't say he ran away with it. He did a very good job. But I think this is one of my favourite Christian Bale roles in American Psycho. I find him a bit unlikable in general, but I think he's very good in this role.
What do you mean?
Oh God, if that comes up. So I'm going to go quite simply for Christian Bale in this one. I think it's definitely the stronger film of the two and a strong performance of the two, but the two very strong performances and roles. It's not taking anything away from Mr. Rockwell in Second Psychopath. So yeah, we've decided that one for you, Scott.
Yeah.
It's American Psychopath.
I can't disagree. I love Seven Psychopaths because I'm a big Marty McDonagh fan. I'm obsessed with In Bruges, and Seven Psychopaths is a very worthy film. And Sam Rockwell is... Christopher Walken deserves an honourable mention, certainly.
Yeah,
but he's the best thing in that film, and it's brilliant. And I urge everyone to watch it. But American Psycho is just a brilliant, pitch-perfect black comedy satire, and it made me read. Can you imagine?
What?
And,
What?
I know. And I'd go as far as to say Christian Bale's best performance. And you all know I like a few of his, a three of his films.
I can't think what else he's been in. I'm intrigued by your list.
You know what? I should say at this point, no Batman.
Wow.
Oh.
No Batman at all.
Okay.
Anyway, for the next one, we've got the Dark Knight round. And what? No, I'm joking.
Not seen it.
Let's reboot the 70s round. Christian Bale was in Shaft. You're damn right he was.
Okay.
And Sam Rockwell as the villain. And Sam Rockwell was in the villain in Charlie's Angels. Come on. Question.
Oh God, okay.
Tell me what you think about that.
Well,
I will start. I haven't seen Shaft for years.
Shaft.
I can't.
It's a complicated film.
I couldn't tell.
The only one who understands it is his woman, John Shaft.
Who is the man?
So I can't tell you a thing. I have seen it. I can't remember a thing.
I'm going to chip in and say I haven't seen it. So
Okay.
I'll let you. I was relying on you for
You've
that.
not seen Samuel L. Jackson's Shaft?
No. No.
I could have phrased that.
Yeah, no, I haven't. Am I Googling that? Do I need to have seen it?
It's impressive.
Okay. Damn right.
But yeah, I can't say it. I couldn't even remember Christian Bale being in it. So there you are. Okay. Yeah, Sam Rockwell in Charlie's Angels. Is it the first one?
Yeah, he was the villain.
I do remember this a little bit more. I don't mind it, you know.
I quite like Charlie's Angels.
I can't remember him standing out particularly, but I really like Drew Barrymore in that film. She looks pretty. I can say that. Tom Green's in there for a minute.
You can commit to that.
He is.
Tom Green, and he
Mark
says
LeBlanc
a funny.
was in it.
Mark LeBlanc says,
Mark
"Hi,
LeBlanc's
I'm not
impressive
Joey." He
film
said,
career.
"I'm not Joey."
Not Joey.
You know
Have you
what?
seen him now?
Yeah.
No, why?
Pork and taters,
Yeah.
Christ.
Definitely. He's Frank and Beans.
Yeah.
What did he whip it out?
No. But he's looking big. He's looking
Yeah.
quite fat now.
Well, how old is he?
He must be 50 odd now.
He must be.
I think you're allowed to. At
gotta
that
be 50.
point.
Yeah, but he did look like he had been inflated into his suit.
He did. There was a pitch. I spotted it earlier. I'm going to find
Is he
it.
Fat
fast.
LeBlanc now?
Yeah.
I
There
need
he
to
is.
see a picture. He doesn't look anything to me there. That's not fat.
Let's have a look.
Although he showed me none of his body, he showed me his head.
Let's have a look.
There he is.
He looks
looking
a bit inflated.
Chunky.
I think you're all being a bit harsh.
So this is...
You remember him? You remember him?
Are we going on
pomp.
TMZ?
We are.
You are a bit.
Oh my God, I can't believe how chubby
Have
he's
you
got.
seen him?
Chubby.
Oh my god.
Do you
He's
know?
had the Joey special several times tonight.
On this
How
point,
you do it?
do you remember Sonia from EastEnders?
No.
I remember one of the magazines. Hello, they're all saying hello. Okay.
Hello.
One of them was
Okay.
like,
Hi.
"Look at this porker," and then it were 6 months later, and then it were a picture of her in a bikini going, has she lost too much weight? And I just went, you can't win.
No.
Why do people do this?
What's the point?
What is the point of anything? Anyway.
And on that note, Lucy Liu, her mate Drew.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Yeah.
I'll go Sam
Cameron D
Rockwell.
and Destiny. Charlie's Angels, come on.
Purely on the fact that I remember a little bit more about Charlie's Angels, and don't mind if it's on. And I do kind of remember Sam Rockwell in there. He's
Crispin Glover.
Isn't he like a
right.
love interest to start with, and then he's a dick, or is it the way around?
He's the big plan master, the big evil.
Playing the cards.
He puts that song where it's like do 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 do, and he starts dancing. Do 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 do.
So I think Sam Rockwell for me. Steve?
I go Sam Rockwell as well, but Crispin Glover in that just steals it for me. But
he's not clashing today.
No, but Sam Rockwell, having not seen Shaft and not knowing that Christian Bale was actually in it.
Why,
so yeah, I'm going to go Sam Rockwell.
It was one of my earliest sort of introductions to Christian Bale.
Yeah, I need to see it now. I'm going to have to dig it out.
Same year as American Psycho. It was hot. It was hot then.
Oh.
That's when he burst through. I have a soft spot for Shaft.
We've made it easy for you again.
You are.
We have.
I'm
Mr.
not getting
Rockwell.
any votes.
No.
God.
Sorry, that was
easy
the
one.
most least informative round.
It was.
There was no discussion other than isn't Matt
I
a blank
just assumed.
fat?
We know how to fill time.
We
on
do.
this show.
Hey.
How's that bus journey going for you?
Fair enough. I might have leaned a bit towards Shaft, but
Well, you always do.
Yeah.
But you know, when
That's Flash.
I go either way. Robots.
Okay.
I love robots,
Oh,
mate.
I'll fuck a robot. Yeah.
Christian Bale battle robots in
Alright.
Terminator Salvation.
Yeah,
God.
he did.
This is it.
Oh God.
Are we dredging the bottom of the
Whereas
barrel?
we really
Sam
are.
Rockwell thought, well, he provided robots
Mm.
in Iron Man 2.
Oh, he did.
He did provide a robot for.
He did. Okay.
Vanco. Well, Ivan Vanco provided robots for him, but he funded it. I think he has claim.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think he can lay claim. It's
Yeah.
Justin Hammer.
We'll let him off.
Justin Hammer is he's a kind of a character we thought would play a bigger part in the longer run of things, but didn't. With his rings, there was all these theories about his rings and Mandarin and how he would link in and things, and he does a good job in another Marvel film with subpar villains. To be honest, Whiplash is a good scene.
You know, can I stop you there? Because I think you're confused. We're talking a Marvel film. So if you could leave it alone and just criticise DC, that
That's
would be
fine.
epic.
Okay, but I honestly, like, we've talked it before, Marvel's the villains in Marvel films often are left lacking, but fortunately there's so much going for the
Yeah.
heroes that it doesn't really matter.
Yep.
It's the same in Iron Man 2. It's let down by its villains and its plot. It's watchable. I watched it quite recently. It's quite fun. It's not the worst Marvel film by any stretch, but it feels almost like it's suffering from it can't live up to its predecessor. It has War Machine, which was good. But Sam Rockwell, he's there, he's pulling a few strings. He's a bit of an idiot, isn't he? He's a bit of a clown. He wants to be Tony Stark, but he's not.
Yeah.
He's a bit careless. He just wants to make these weapons, and it's quite funny. Some of the stuff he does, his little rocket and things.
The XY.
He plays a fun role. Terminator Salvation is turds in a basket.
It is.
We're back on the turds in the basket again, because it really is.
Yeah.
And Christian Bale is a poor John Connor in a poor film.
Yeah.
He just rasps his way through it.
Rasp.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
with
does.
big fat tongue.
As a fan.
I don't like him. I don't like it. I don't like the film.
No.
I think it's such a shame that the Terminator thing's gone this far. I could have accepted it at Terminator 3, that's fine, but Terminator Salvation was an abomination from conception.
Yes.
So I'm going to give Rockwell something for a subpar Marvel villain that just adds a few lols.
Yeah.
So there we are, that's my vote.
Terminator Salvation, I echo that, was
Am I never going to decide?
abysmal,
No?
abysmal pile of shite. It was awful. I've not seen Terminator 3. I don't want to.
Wait, you jumped straight to 4.
Salvation was awful.
Salvation makes Terminator 3 look really good.
Right.
It does.
Okay.
Terminator 3 is
I don't think
at the
it's
core,
that
it's
bad.
fine,
Right.
but pointless. After a beautifully tied up ending
yeah,
in
because
2.
2 was
It's just pointless.
It's just Terminator 2 revisited a few years later,
Right.
mostly.
Yeah, but Sam Rockwell again, Iron Man 2. He stands out in every performance he does, and I'm slightly biased because I do really like him. But yeah, it's got to be Sam
You got
Rockwell
a
in
man crush.
Iron Man 2. A little bit. Little bit.
Well,
Yeah, not gonna lie.
teeny weeny,
Not gonna lie.
teeny weeny bit.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Where do you weigh in on that?
Well, I actually really like Justin Hammer in Iron Man 2. He's snivelly and weaselly but funny, and he's the anti-Tony Stark. He wants to be Tony Stark. He's so jealous, so he's conniving, and but he's not really the main villain. He's just kind of someone trying. It's Ivan Vanko's a bit meh. So I certainly agree, but he's one of the better Marvel villains, I think.
I suppose when you put them down on the table.
Yeah, I think he's one of the better ones. Whereas Terminator Salvation, no fault of Christian Bale, though I don't think he put his heart and soul into it. But we've all heard the rant, maybe you did. But it's just a mess. It's stupid decisions, potholes you could drive buses through, and just so much wrong with it. The only good thing I can say about that film is you get a weird pop out of Arnie turning up at the end. That's it. But I think that's more like, oh, I used to like this. You get that memory, don't you?
Oh, it used to be
It is
good.
minutely, tinily linked to the old series, although I've just been watching a Transformers film.
Yeah, it's just not good. It's really not. Easy points. Easy points for Rockers.
Like Sunday morning.
2-1 to the Rockwell. He's going very well for him.
Try not to look, but the sun is one side and Scott's list is the other.
Right, so we've got 2 rounds left.
Okay.
We all know that. We can all count to 5. We're good at this. I don't really want
Oh.
to commit to 2 different sci-fis with Sam Rockwell.
Okay. I think I know where you're going.
But I'm looking at 3 here on this paper. You can only do 1 though.
I'm trying not to look at the paper.
It's
your choice.
The
It's
sun
your
is
choice.
blinding
only do
me.
1.
The only other option's your list or Andrew's
So,
crotch.
without going into the Rockwells, because I think he's got a leg up on this one, I'm going to ask you what the better Bale film between Equilibrium and Reign of Fire is, and then I'm going to find the most adequate pairing for the winner.
I can't help.
I can't help because
You've
I've
never
seen
seen either?
I've seen neither of them.
No!
I've
Really?
seen neither of those films. Have you not seen either? No.
Reign of Fire has McConaughey and Butler and Bale, and they're fighting fucking dragons!
I've
What
seen the
have you been
trailers.
doing with your life? Equilibrium's your skilly play.
Look,
am I?
Dragons
No.
broke my heart when Sean Connery died in Dragonheart. Spoilers. And I've never been able to deal with them since, even through watching Smaug running about. I was like, oh, I can't commit to this dragon because he'll break my heart.
I think Reign of Fire is actually pretty good.
Okay.
I like it. And Equilibrium's a massive guilty pleasure of mine. I love that film. It's literally someone took 1984 and tried to Matrixize it. And
Right. Okay.
but it's got Sean Bean in it. It's got Christian Bale. It's cool. There's a William Fichtner's here. And you've not watched neither. You're really messing this up for me, guys. What am I doing?
Oops.
Well, you wanted a round. You're saying you haven't had a round. This one's your round.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll do it this way.
We can't do this.
We'll do it this way, right?
Go on then.
Because I don't reckon. If I said Galaxy Quest, he'd win.
Oh.
He'd win, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
If I said Moon,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
he'd win.
That's like his strongest.
But I don't know
Definitely.
how you guys feel about this film, so I'll do this.
Go on.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Versus.
Reign of Fire.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
I love the books, the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy books, the radio series, the TV show even, but I didn't like the film. I don't know. Just something about it didn't quite gel with me.
Hollywoodized.
Yeah, they'd over Hollywood. I mean, the TV show was made when it was made, and it's naff.
That is a
it's
fact.
naff.
That no one can dispute.
No one can deny
It
that
was made
fact.
when
It was made when it was made.
I challenge anyone.
I know.
To challenge
Tweet
you.
in if you. But it still holds up. It's still funny, and I don't know. They over Hollywoodized it for me. So I don't know. And haven't. Not
Do you think
seen
that's just because
Reign
they
of
have
Fire.
a better cast?
Maybe, I don't know, but nobody particularly stood out. It was just pretty nah to me. I don't
Tom
know.
Rockwell.
Yeah, even here, I don't know. But I've not seen Reign of
Alan,
Fire
Alan Rickman.
as the voice. Yeah, but
Malkovich was in there, I think, if I remember
It
rightly.
didn't do anything for me, and I've not seen the other ones. So that's a tough one.
Zoe Deschanel was in it. Just remembered.
So,
Dude.
it's got to be Sam Rockwell because it's the only one I've seen.
Martin Freeman. It's because of Martin Freeman, isn't it?
Oh,
it's always Martin
there we
Freeman.
go. I'd forgotten, but yeah, it's got to be Sam Rockwell because I haven't seen the other film.
You've not seen it, have you?
No.
Oh bugger!
Right, so I'm going to say,
Well, what would you want to see?
out of a Martin Freeman running around with a big-headed robot
In a bathrobe.
in a bathrobe,
In space.
in something that I've heard is a subpar
Or a real
of
popcorn.
something that a lot of sci-fi fans hold dear. It's always been a bit piffly-poffly for me, the Hedgehog is, but it's fine.
Piffly Poffly.
Piffly-poffly.
Jamie Oliver.
Can you
Elaborate on piffly-poffly. It's a bit Harry Potter, a bit Doctor Who. You know, it's that kind of Britishness.
sort of
you
camp.
know,
That's slightly faux British.
yeah. I don't get on with that. Really.
That look how quirky and eccentric our people can be, but we're not really.
But Hollywood actors fighting dragons sounds like, if you write that down, it sounds, wow, Hollywood actors, it sounds like what idiots go to the cinema and see. But I am guilty of watching idiotic films as well. I don't mind them. So just so Scott can have a round, I guess I've got to go for the Bale.
Bale, yeah.
I like Rain of Fire. It's nothing but a popcorn chewy sci-fi kill 2 hours affair. But you've got Bale, you've got dragons, you've got a dystopian future. You've got Butler over there going, oh, it's Gerald Butler, and Matthew McConaughey plays a bit of a bastard, and I like that. All right.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
a Rain of Fire for me.
Yes, I do.
2-2. 2-2-2.
So it's all
Can
down
you
to this
hear
now?
the train? 2-2-2. I've not
I
slept.
don't think I like that.
I don't think I know what I'm saying anymore.
Words.
And now it's kind of my best of the rest, but I can't commit to which is the best for either of them.
Oh gosh.
I tell you know what? First
Go on.
ever tag team.
What?
What?
Tag team.
What's happening?
What's going on?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Accumulatively, what is better? If you're struggling with that, see what beats on one-on-ones and pair them as you will. Tag
Okay.
team. We've got the Machinist and
Ooh.
the Prestige teaming up against Moon and the Green Mile
Okay.
in for the tag team championships of the world.
Okay, I'm going to set this up nice and easily for you. I'm not a huge fan of The Prestige. I watched it once. I'm not a huge Nolan fan. I don't dislike Nolan. I think he's fine. I know that's an opinion that'll go down not well.
You're
with
allowed
Scott.
an opinion.
I'm not. You told me this. You pinned me down last time I said this after we recorded, and you bit my ear.
You did.
And you said I can't say
I
bad
just wanted
things
to
about
bite
Nolan.
your ear.
You did.
Okay. Prestige. What's the other one? The Machinist.
Yep.
I again watched it, thought it was good,
Yeah.
nice watch. Didn't ever want to return. I appreciate what Bale went through, put his body. That's an achievement, and it's a great performance. I do remember it being very good and worth a watch. Again, The Prestige. It was a good performance. I just didn't get on with the film.
I've not seen it.
So now we're going on to Rockwell's, which was Moon, which I think is absolutely cracking, beautiful, almost poetic, real hark back to the old 70s. I loved the fact that they used models for it all, and I loved Kevin Spacey's little robot thing, which I've forgotten its name.
I've not seen it.
I can't remember his name either.
But it's really nice sci-fi, which
It
I've seen
is.
a couple of times, and I'd watch again immediately. Sam Rockwell carries the film because he has to, because he's pretty much the only one in there.
He is.
And it's really,
Yeah.
I think it's a landmark film, really, for how when sci-fi was a bit meh, this kind of came along and made it a little more interesting, brought something different to the table. And Green Mile, as I said, that's what first introduced me to Sam Rockwell, and I hated his guts. Although he's hilarious and he says some really funny things, but you have to hate him. Well, you do hate him because of what he does. But there's some hilarious scenes with him in. He's almost like the class clown in the prison and things, and he's thoroughly hateable, but makes you laugh at the same time. Weird character. There's so many great characters in there, though. It's such a great film. It's a 9 out of 10. Both of those Sam Rockwell films are a 9 out of 10s, and he does great performances in there. So unfortunately, it's quite easy for me in this round. I'm going to say The Rockers is rocking.
Cool. I haven't seen The Prestige, so I can't comment on that.
You haven't seen Green Mile.
I haven't seen Green Mile.
Oh, it's even now. So it's Machinist.
We've got
versus
Machinist.
Moon.
The Machinist, I agree with Andrew. What he put himself through was intense. To go from Batman to that, like almost skeletal. Was it the other way around?
He beefed because he put too much weight on Batman, and they kept calling him Fat Man.
Ah, right, okay.
If you watch the Batman Begins documentaries, they were a funny crew.
Oh, they had all the lols.
They don't come up with him like Fatly Blank like I did. They're not funny like I am. Go on.
But yeah, The Machinist, it was a stunning performance from Bale, and to put yourself through that for a film role and to carry it off so well. I mean, you could put yourself through that and it could be a film. I remember it being really good. Again, I've never revisited it, but Moon is just beautiful, and I think this is the one that made me stand up and take note of Sam Rockwell. It's a stunning performance. It's a cracking film. It looks good. He's like you say, he's pretty much the only person in it. It's brilliant. And he goes through a range of emotions in it, and he just proves how solid an actor he is in it. So I'm going to have to go Sam Rockwell on this one.
Well, that eliminates
beautiful.
All suspense and pretense.
Yeah, we're not messing around today.
Not messing around with this one.
But to quickly go over mine, because I think I'm entitled.
Go on.
Seeing as I'm not allowed to do anything. For me, I'd have gone for Christian Bale, because I love The Machinist. I think it's a cool Hitchcockian thriller, and obviously what he did for that role is not recommended, nor should he have done it, but I think it pays off in a really cool film. And I love The Prestige. I know I'm a big Christopher Nolan mark, and it's not just because of Batman. I just love the way he plays with narrative and creates stuff, and the way he comments on filmmaking and applies it to sort of magic with the twists and turns and stuff. I always love that film to death. As I've not seen Moon, but I completely agree with Green Mile. He is a fantastic character in that, and you can't help but despise him, I think, when you watch it. But that's testament to Sam Rockwell's acting. And what I like about this, even though Sam Rockwell's won, I think Christian Bale's the more consistent performer with a bigger back catalogue. And I think you'd look at that on paper and go, Bale.
I think you'd look at it and go the other way.
The way Clash of the Titans works, it's Sam Rockwell.
We didn't even touch on Galaxy Quest.
We didn't.
I didn't let him have Galaxy Quest because that would have been an easy win. Same for Batman.
True, but I think that's a very evenly matched.
It was,
and very good.
Well, that's it. Because, I could have gone, Batman vs Iron Man 2. It's not.
no contest.
So I'm going to say thank you, Popular Outcast.
Thank you.
Someone might be mad actually, because I could easily have done that, and it would have changed everything.
Would it? Yeah, it would.
Yeah. Not being funny. I allow people their opinions, but if anyone wants to pretend Iron Man 2...
We'd also like to say that Matt LeBlanc is a lovely man.
He is a lovely
man. It's a lovely big man.
Just cut down on the pork scratch.
I don't think he looked that big. I mean, if he's 50, he looked fine.
He did look fine. He just looks different.
He was bigger in the last seasons of Friends. He were bigger. He wasn't the svelte 20s lad you saw on that pilot with his hair. And he's how you doing?
No one told you life was going to be this way.
I never got why he was the womanising one. I didn't see it.
Oops. But he also was very respectful to women.
Do you ever really see him womanise that much during the show? It's more
Other than when he goes, "How you doing?" That's about the limit of his womanising.
I feel like it was 10 years of being told he was a womaniser and seeing no one.
Yeah.
I think he has some
I think
secret.
he was a lovely, like, kind of dim chap. In fact, Lucy was saying the other day when we were watching Friends that we're like friends. As in us three other men are friends. But it is not fair, because apparently Steve's like Joey.
Oh, are you womanising?
A womanising, simple, lovely, happy fellow.
Okay.
Scott's like Chandler, because he's funny, apparently.
Apparently.
I'm only bit, because that leaves me with Ross.
Leaves you with Ross.
Whoa!
Is that your Ross impression?
Incredible Ross impression.
Could you be any more Ross?
How you doing?
Oh God, I'm more like towards the end of the season, I'm the season 7
At least
Chandler.
you're not
no one likes.
You crack Chandler.
Yeah, skinny crack Chandler.
Crackler Bing.
Before we go anywhere else, I just want to say we've decided that who we are in the men in Friends, but who are we in the ladies?
I'm definitely not Monica. I'm too lazy for.
I think Steve's definitely a Phoebe.
I'll take that. That's fine.
I don't think I'm that into like appearance and fashion. I can't be Rachel. I'm probably Phoebe.
Yeah.
Are we three Phoebes?
Are we all Phoebe?
Are we
I don't know, as much as I want to be Rachel, I'm probably Monica because I'm the most picky.
I'm Rachel by elimination then.
Okay.
Rachel and Ross have to get together, Andrew.
Yes! Oh, yeah!
Will we, won't we?
Are you going to make out?
And then some.
Can I watch?
Because he's my lobster. Yeah, I remember Friends. You should have took me to that quiz.
You were invited.
You were.
I was.
You refused.
You
I
did.
was. It sounded like I made a good decision.
Yeah. What a quiz.
What time
I was waiting for you to grab a bumpy goose. I was all excited.
I thought you were being wistful.
No, I was all excited. I was waiting.
No, Bumpy Goose.
Waiting for the Bumpy Goose book. That's why I got all excited.
It's every other week.
I know.
We can't overdose on goose.
I just got overexcited. That's all.
There's only so much goose to be had.
There is.
Gullet of the Goose.
It's time for this week. The Geeks have spoken.
I'll be there for you.
When the rain that's the moon.
I'll be there for you.
It's nice.
Balls.
Have you ever played Laugh Along Friends?
No.
It's too hard.
It's exhausting.
Really?
If you laugh when everyone laughs, when you're being told
Laugh
to
with
laugh.
canned laughter.
You can't do it.
Oh God.
It's like, hey, where have you been? Out. Out.
Oh God.
Hey, Monica, have you got any tissues?
Oh.
Yeah, it's too hard.
Have you ever seen the intro without the music?
Yeah.
That's really fucking weird.
Someone put up a Big Bang Theory without the laughs, and it's like painful.
Is it?
It's bad enough with the laughs.
Oh.
Zing.
No, you didn't. Yeah, thank you as always for all your tweets, 3-word reviews and whatnot. Keep them coming in, appreciate them. Start as always with the king of 3-word reviews, Pete Bushbauer at Popular Outcasts, who is on a quest for 365 movies before the year is out. He's well on his way.
What number is
I actually thought he'd slowed down a little in the past few weeks.
He's slowed it down, he's ramped it up again this week after only a couple last time. We're back on track.
What number is he on?
We are on 150
odd.
150 odd late. Yeah.
Oh, he's doing it, is he? I think we can all agree it's happening.
It's definitely happening. When is it happening?
He's got to get 200 films in 3 months for you to get yours.
Yeah, I know. It's a big ask. It's a big ask. Come on,
October's
Pete.
Looking good.
Come on, Pete.
I said September.
Yeah,
you did.
September.
Yeah, I said August.
So raise your game.
Yeah. So we watched The November Man, quality aged action, 7 out of 10.
I prefer the October Man.
Yeah. Battle Royale 2, adults, still evil, 6 out of 10.
Battle Royale 2 I've never cared for. It seems pointless and senseless.
I still think The Condemned is the best people have to kill each other on an island film.
Yeah.
Because it's got Stone Cold in it, and that's just science.
Men in Black 3, better than 2, 7 out of 10.
I thought it was not bad, actually. I thought it's quite watchable. I like Jermaine Clements. It's... So, Steve.
You're alright, Steve.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to get very funky in here in a minute. No, I don't mind it. I thought it was very watchable, much more watchable, I may even say, than the first two.
Okay.
The first one's very good. Well, the first one's actually not very good. It's fine. I don't get quite the furore about Men in Black.
It was one of those, it was good at its time, but like, it doesn't hold up as anything.
No.
The Men in Black Jump Street crossover is happening as well, by the way.
Really?
Yep. They're doing a Men in Black
Is that even
Jump
a rumour?
Street crossover.
You
Yeah, it was
said
a
that,
rumour
like,
on the news months ago, and I read it the other day when I was looking up shoutouts and stuff. It's going to happen.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
That's what we
Weird.
So that'll be
What a weird...
bizarre.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I
Is that Channing and Hill being Men in Black?
I'm not sure.
That's their new undercover.
I just
Yeah.
remember seeing the headline. The crossover thing is happening. It's like,
'Cause
right.
I really like those two in those films.
They are brilliant. Yeah. So it might.
But it's almost like one of the spoofs from the end of the second one where they're
Yeah.
showing men like...
Yeah.
That bit was great. But Ice Cube is great in that as well.
But they do have a tongue-in-cheek nature, the Jump Street films, where I can imagine it working quite well. But I agree, I thought Men in Black 3 were alright.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't get too
No,
whatever,
it's
it's what it is.
Popcorn
but, like,
munching fun.
but it's good, I liked it.
House of the Devil, amazing horror throwback, 8 out of 10.
I love this film.
Yeah, you liked it. I wasn't as keen.
I think it's really good, slow
You really
burning,
liked
felt
it.
a lot like the 70s slasher films, and then a really punchy ending which you're like, whoa, what the fuck? And then it's done. And I like that. I really liked it. It was intense, it was interesting.
So it was during a camping site?
Yeah.
How many-
You've done your tense bit. We're past tense now.
Oh. Freya at Run Roller Run, safety not guaranteed. Weird, not weird. 8.5 out of 10.
I
I've seen
didn't
that.
like that. I
I've seen it. I thought you were alright. I'd go along with that.
Yeah.
I thought you were nice.
8.5.
Watch.
That's quite a, yeah.
I didn't take it too seriously though.
No, I didn't take it seriously. I don't know.
Just didn't grab you.
It didn't get me. It was fine. It was a 6.
Okay.
I didn't
Yeah.
hate
It's
it.
certainly no higher than
not-
a 7.
Right.
I just thought you were alright.
Okay. Yeah. She also saw Wreck-It Ralph, deserves more credit. Credits. 8.5 out of 10.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
I see what you.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
everyone's giving it credit.
And Avengers Age of Ultron, big, enjoyable mess, 6.5 out of 10.
It's a spot on through with the view.
Yeah, I'd agree.
And Joe Pollard, not at JC_Pollard, not through a review, but saw the Lego movie today. It's so bad, it's awesome. In fact, everything is awesome.
I
Carry
wouldn't
on.
even say. I don't know where the bad bit comes
No,
from.
I love
just
love
pure
the Lego
awesome.
movie. It is
Just pure, unadulterated, or
Brilliant.
concentrated
Great fun.
awesome
Yeah.
in your face.
definitely. Man of many names at Sparky Wright, Dick Washtmore. So Dick Washtmore is his name this time. So Days of Future Past, quite pleasantly surprised. 6.84638 out of 10.
That's roughly what I'd give it.
I'd agree.
It's one of my. It's definitely one of the top 2 X-Men films, but I don't think that is the trumpeting exclamation that it sounds.
I think it's it's third in my ranking system, but yeah, it's fine. People were singing its praises, and I thought it was nothing more than fine. And I
I
stick
think
with
they're
that.
all fine. I think that was the problem. Is
Yeah, that's
just-
like the best ones, like good fine. Do you know what I mean?
nothing stands out really,
Yeah.
does it?
Freya at Run Roller Run saw SpongeBob movie, Sponge Out of Water. The first film's better, 6.5 out of 10. I
Looks
quite
a bit
fancy
odd.
watching that. Yeah, it did look weird.
I do like the first film though.
I won't watch it. I've never gotten SpongeBob. I've admittedly not sat down to try, but
It's because you're such a Squidward, that's why.
whatever. I was trying to think of what he might say, and I don't even know his catchphrase. So I was like,
SpongeBob!
SpongeBob, like that.
Yeah.
Poppy Rag, I saw Donna Pass, Beyond Awful Film, 1 out of 10.
Donna Pass.
Yeah, Donna Pass, Beyond Awful Film, 1 out of 10. And
Is
then,
that when like you just don't want a kebab?
yeah, oh, no thanks. Drunkenly walking past the kebab shop. Nah, you're alright.
Don't pass.
No.
Not today.
You're 1 pint short. You know at that
Yeah.
point where kebabs aren't quite nice yet.
Yeah. I'll just no.
If you have any like sort of faith in humanity and goodwill towards your common man, go to any kebab shop after 2 a.m. And you will lose that.
Yeah.
Just facts.
Yeah. Joe Pollard at JC_Pollard. Crap film this week. White House down. If they were my terrorists, I'd sack them. I'd kill more with a pea shooter.
I love the one. They were my terrorists.
Right,
Yeah, I'd sack them.
You don't hear that,
I'd
you know.
kill more with a
I
pea
only have
shooter.
good terrorists.
I love it.
But it's true. There's so many films where they just can't shoot.
No, they're just.
Well, you're not
awful.
going to like show the terrorists being really good, and then they shoot the protagonist and then fulfill their plan.
Make for a change. Cool. Carrying on the 3-word reviews. Jen at JTidders saw Frank. Delightful. Soron Purges Rock. 9 out of 10.
What?
The band SORONPRJPS. Soron Purges Rock. 9 out of 10.
Right.
Great film.
ready to watch
Loved
it.
it. Avengers Age of Ultron. Love Scarlet Witch. 7 out of 10.
I love Scarlet Witch.
I
Yeah.
don't get it.
Love Scarlet Witch.
I don't get why people like Elizabeth Olsen. Do you know when people tell you they love someone? And
No!
I don't get
No!
it.
No! 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 You come in here offering your opinions on my podcast. No! No! Montage of Heck, caring, fragile prodigy.
This section is nothing but me. People wanting to hear my opinions. You can all bail it.
Yeah, Montage of Heck, caring, fragile prodigy. 8 out of 10. The Kurt Cobain documentary.
I want to see this.
I've seen a couple of Cobain documentaries and they all just blur into one in my mind by now. Which one's this one? Is this the one I've
It's
seen?
the latest one. I don't know.
Can't remember.
I'll be sharing my opinions next week.
I know what happens. I know what happens.
Spoilers! Attaboy Clarence at Attaboy C. Happy Centon Geek. Quite liked that.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I get it. Sorry,
Happy
my
Century.
brain was working
I thought you were
5 years
saying.
ago.
I thought you were saying and. So
no.
I couldn't work it out.
Happy Centon Geek. I
Yeah,
liked that.
thank you.
For our 100th episode.
Thank you
for that.
very much.
Superfan Robbie Polanco at Robbie_Polanco. I saw the first Paul Blart Mall Cop and can't bring myself to watch part 2. Take that bullet for me.
I really want to watch.
I do as well. We
Like-
will, Robbie. We will.
I genuinely
We'll
want to
take
watch
that
it.
bullet
Well,
for
then
you.
I want to watch films I actually want to watch.
I know. I
So
genuinely
it's
would
become
like
this
to watch it.
weird thing now where
Yeah.
I need to see what the perfect example
Yeah.
of terrible is, and it sounds like it's this.
I know.
So can we go?
Yes,
'Cause
we're on it.
It sounds horrific, and people are watching it.
They are.
I need to watch
We're
it.
there.
Oh,
We're there.
I'm excited. I'm a bit excited.
I
for it,
am
actually,
a
so.
little bit, just a little bit. Gang leader Luke Pietnik at Luke Pietnik. For the last time, Weekly Geeks Week is not a gang, nor am I its ringleader. If you insinuate as much again, I'll have you all iced. Whoops.
Is that him resigning as gang leader?
He's not. He can try and resign. He'll always
try.
be gang
He
leader.
is
Does that
gang
mean
leader.
he's just in the gang
He
and we need a
really
new
looks.
gang
He
leader?
really
He
looks
is
like
the
a
gang
leader
leader.
of a gang.
He does.
He's
got
just
that
the gang
gang
leader.
He is. It's gang leader.
I just own it.
I know.
I'd love a gang.
If we're not here next week, we've been iced. Rebecca Bex at Arbitrary Genius. Listening to the podcast, if I can ever be bothered to, I should write up how we decided Ant-Man will set up Civil War.
Oh, I'm very intrigued.
Yeah, I am.
To
Like to
hear that. Because if it's all like Age of Ultron, it won't set up shit.
Freya at Roll Run, considering our future Badger Overlords, sweet ratings laws with the Weekly Geek Speak selfie, not Weekly Geek Speak selfie, train elf. Picture of her on the train listening. Thank you for that. Remember, send us your hashtag WGS selfies of you listening to the podcast. We've had a few great ones so far.
Can you explain it more?
What the concept?
So
You get your phone.
you get your mobile phone and you press it and it flips the image round, so it's kind of
But
reversed.
or if you find a mirror.
Yeah, you could take one in a
Yeah,
mirror.
so it's-
That'd be good.
It's literally a picture of them listening.
Be careful with mirrors. And
Especially in toilets.
take a picture of yourself listening to the podcast.
Right.
Yeah.
Could you explain it one more time for those at home?
I
If you
can't.
sell it to the cheap
I can't.
seats.
Rewind the podcast. Press that 15-second thing on iTunes. Go back and listen again.
That's just laziness.
UK podcasters at UK_podcasters. Come on, podcasters. Now's the time for shameless self-promotion. Hit me with your links at Blethering Fool. HOM Movie Podcast. Thank you kindly. You tweeted at Attaboyc, at ABHpod, at nerd_church, at Stinking Paws, at sfj.com, and at good_podcasts.
Was that your way of just shamelessly plugging other people's podcasts?
It is.
During my time.
I thought it was a nice
During
way to...
Scott's
I
time.
thought it was a nice way.
Yeah, hashtag podpals. That's
Yep.
the... and thank you to British Podcasts as well. It's a great little podcast community, and Podpals is a great community as well. And thank you, HOM. You're always so kind to all the Podpals.
Robbie Polanco, superfan, congratulations on your 100th episode. And another tweet, looks like you're the first Podpals to time travel, and the new Joker looks crazy. I'm sold.
Time travel?
Apparently I don't know.
I really regret not doing an intro for last week's episode.
I know.
Yeah.
I wonder if it
I
was
wonder how
weird.
I came across. I haven't listened back. I don't listen.
People are wishing us happy 100th. Yeah.
So something was going on. Anyway, Joker pitching, yeah.
Yeah, he's sold.
Have you seen lots of confusion over how people feel?
Have you seen the follow-up though?
No.
The tattoos were just for that picture. They're actually to cover up the scars. They didn't want to show the full image, so they are just to cover up scars, and they were just for that.
Hence
image.
why they look very photoshopped.
Yeah.
Or maybe they're backtracking. We don't know.
Well,
yeah, we'll never know.
I don't think they're backtracking. I think that's a lazy thing to say. I'm not sure that's true.
Okay.
Because I've not had it confirmed by anyone I trust yet.
Right, okay.
I have certain sources I trust more than others.
Right.
Doesn't trust you, Steve.
Fair enough.
And I've not heard that those tattoos are not. But it would make sense. But I would have thought they'd have made that more clear when the internet got quite divisive if they weren't there.
It's the old there's no such thing as bad publicity. It's if everyone's talking about it.
Definitely.
I think it's good. I think people just need to come round.
Yeah.
I don't know what people expected.
We shall see. Red Dwarf season 11 and 12 have recently been announced. John O'Connell at Johnny O'Connell. Stop flogging it. It's a dead horse.
It's not a dead horse anymore. It's just a fucking dust in the ground.
Although series 10 was better than 8 and 9.
It was.
It was miles better.
I weren't bothered about it returning, but I was curious because I used to love it, and it was really passable, which always sounds a bit like here's your backhander.
Yeah, but it worked.
But compared to 9 in particular, that was a massive.
Awful.
That was a massive improvement.
Yeah. Dave at Wilbur Jr. 36. Red Dwarf 10 wasn't that bad. Better than the previous episodes. I'm quietly optimistic. And Hollow Spy at Hollow Spy, based on the last series, yes.
I just know what I'm like, and I'm going to watch it.
I know, I will.
So,
I will.
But I'm not excited.
No,
I'm more just like,
it'll be on. It'll be there.
I think my exact reaction is, oh.
Yeah, I think that's exactly how I felt. Anywhere but here, podcast at ABHpod sent us a lovely tweet. The podcast that's better than any Goosebumps book. Hashtag Bumpy Goose. Mileage Boom at I need nipples. Goosebumps was an awesome series when I was 11. We replied with, we can't compete with Slappy or The Ghost Next Door, and ABH Pod said, I don't know, the Hosepipe trilogy rivals the dummy one easily. And then It's a Hosepipe has returned to Twitter at It's a Hosepipe. It's a Hosepipe.
We never solved that mystery.
So I thought
honestly, it isn't
add
us.
that one.
Because I really love it.
I do.
And I'm really amused by it, but I also think, people think we've just bought into our weird own hype.
No, that's why I thought I'd read out those tweets. I was like, holy crap, It's Hosepipe's come back.
And can someone remember? It's awesome. One day I'm going to work out what that is. It's going to be like a big twist at the end of the Bumpy Goose book.
plot twist.
But I still want to know what that Bumpy Goose story is that I mentioned.
What?
The one when he goes to it's
the Goosebumps book.
Yeah, the one you pick your number and you go into the warehouse and it's some villain from a comic book page who shapeshifts. I want that book again, but I need someone it's called. Someone do the research for me.
Someone please.
You think we could actually reenact some of the Goosebumps books? Bumpy Goose.
I've been thinking about this. I want to do a weird radio play.
We kind of did it once with one of them. We should pick a couple and do
that
radio
would be
play.
good.
And get people to come. Anyone who enjoys them, any of our gooses, hashtag gooses.
Yeah.
You want to do a voice in a Bumpy Goose radio play?
Yes.
I think we should do a
that
radio
needs to
play.
We'll do a
happen.
special at some point.
That needs to happen.
A whole hour's worth.
Oh, God. I'm picturing it now.
Not even I have... even with my incredible vanity, would sift through an hour of us reading Bumpy Goose.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah. I'd
Depends, am I doing most of the reading? Or?
Yeah.
I'd probably get a listen.
You'd have to do it without trousers on.
I'd do that anyway.
Just checking. Dave at Wilbro Jr. 36. Congratulations on reaching 100. Looking forward to your Ultron review. And Thomas Austin Morgan at Hey It's Me Tom. Sorry for not sending you a congrats about reaching episode 100. Life's been all over the place recently. Well done, chaps. Well, you did. Thank you very much. Thank you kindly. And hopefully life is less all over the place for you.
I took it quite personally.
Wow.
Actually, I've done nothing but praise ABH Pod and try and get them as many plugs as possible. And they're going to pull that shit on our 100th birthday, our 100th episode. I'm fucking can't have this. I thought they were cool. I've listened to every one of their episodes. I watched their YouTube channel. No. I can't believe. Actually, it's fine. I wanted to continue.
I was going to leave you.
I was going to go for at least 5 more minutes. But sometimes do you ever just run out of energy?
Yeah.
No, I love you.
So thank you for all of your tweets, all of your 3-word reviews, your weekly Geek Speak selfies, and praise and other such things. Keep them coming in. If you have anything longer, send it to weeklygeekspeak@gmail.com. Always nice to hear your thoughts. And
Things,
Scott's trying to undress me. I'm not quite sure what Scott's
tying
doing
you up in the corner. Please do, if you've enjoyed the podcast, please do subscribe on iTunes, Spreaker, Stitcher, or Podcast Land. Find us there. We're also on YouTube, and Dan and Scott do their gaming channel on there. Please do check that out as well. We have a screening, a Tank Girl celebration evening at the Green Room. There's prizes, and you can come along. It's on the 19th of May, which is a Tuesday, and we'll be getting our Tank Girl on. We can announce that Emperor has let me know that the next film, from everyone who wrote on back to piece of paper and things she calculated all, and the most popular one people wanted to see was Starship Troopers.
Oh wow,
so
nice.
She's thinking of running that one on the next, so that might be June's.
Sweet.
We'll keep you posted, and have a brilliant week. Do whatever you're doing after listening to us. We'll be back next week with something.
Words.
Hello and welcome to Two Men and a Mic. I'm Andrew.
I'm Scott.
Are we starting already?
No.
Oh, well, I'm Mike.
Some of you listeners may recall back in a time before Steve. Actually, there was no time before Steve because he's always been.
In the year 3BS.
Yes, I'll go with that. In the year 3BS, there was another podcast which appeared, and it was called Two Men and a Mic. I was a man, Scott was a man, and Mike was a mic, and therefore made quite a witty title, which we enjoyed.
We were witty souls back then.
And then we found Steve, got rid of Mike, and made Weekly Geeks.
Sometimes you just find better people. Sometimes so
you just improve.
Sometimes you do. Sometimes it's best to revisit old times.
And that's what we're doing today.
I think we're due another upgrade, aren't we?
So we're tacking this on to the end of this week's Weekly Geek Speak. To just for the listeners who used to know Mike and anyone who might want to know Mike, he's available at 555 hotsexymail.com.
He's on Tinder as Father Mike,
and you will flick him right.
Yeah, well, that's his bio.
Okay. We thought we would catch up with Mike and see how he's doing these days. What is life treating to him? What's he doing in terms of geeky gubbins that we used to talk about in yesteryear? So welcome back.
Thanks.
And as you can tell, still a man of many words.
He's still the most loquacious person you've ever met. You just give him a vague brief, talk about black, and then he'll just go forever.
I don't know anything about.
So, Mike, what have you been doing in the past couple of years since leaving the Corps?
Nothing. So I keep it short and sweet. Nothing at all.
Would you like to address rumours that there was a massive fallout over compensation checks, and that's why we replaced you with Steve?
I'd like to address those issues. They're all very true. I didn't get what I was owed.
What were you owed?
56p, I think, was outstanding.
Yeah.
We're not made of money.
I mean, we were gonna, but you know, I wanted to buy a Kinder Egg.
They probably cost more than that nowadays. Frankly,
Kinder Eggs.
Oh, fuck knows.
No.
I don't think the toys are worth it. To be honest with you, I don't think I'd have been happy
I don't
with
know.
a Kinder Egg. I'd have had the chocolate, but you can just get the chocolate bars instead. I would have probably preferred that.
I'm big on Kinder Chocolate. I'm with Mike.
No, it was all about the toy for me. I'm all about what's inside.
You can still buy me some Kinder Chocolate if you like. I don't mind.
You're not part of the podcast anymore. You own nothing. No royalties.
Mike also is supporting a beard, but it's actually I quite like that beard. It's very, but like most of Mike, it's very neat and clean.
It's like, do you know, like in like a Hollywood film or show when they're stranded on an island and they look inexplicably ruggedly sexy. That's what he looks like. Someone's left you on an island.
I was only saying
You're Oliver Queen.
there's something a little Chris Evans about you, and
Oh, don't say that.
what?
Why?
I don't know.
Do you get it a lot?
No, but I just don't like it.
Why? He's a very.
I'm not talking about the BBC radio presenter.
Oh, thank God for that.
We're talking about strapping Captain America.
Although your ginger hair and your spectacles do make you.
that's the image that popped in my head, though. I'm not ginger. I don't wear glasses. I'm not annoying. Oh wait, I might be annoying. So I'm Captain America.
Captain America.
Oh, that's
yeah.
alright.
You'll take
I
that.
was just about to say, I'd never argue that. I never get all that.
I won't argue with that. Oh, we're talking pre being put in the machine.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah. Don't worry about that.
So, not been doing very much, but have you been keeping up to date with the Marvel Universe? Have you been talking movies? Watching movies, should I say?
Unfortunately, I haven't had time to keep up with my Marvel movies, which is disappointing. Still yet to watch Guardians of the Galaxy. Still yet to watch Captain America Winter Soldier.
When was the
How
last
long
one?
ago?
Have you watched Thor 2?
I have, I think.
Okay.
Have I seen that one?
Don't know what would have happened.
Give me a snippet.
There's a dark elf who wants to invade.
Kat Dennings does witty witticisms.
Nothing really happens.
Yeah.
Oh, the blinds between dimensions are becoming blurred.
I think I have seen it.
Yeah, and he were
seen
memorable.
I've not seen Iron Man 3 though.
Okay.
Another third movie that was.
So you have really just left it all behind.
Yeah, I watch too much TV to have any time to invest in.
So there we are.
films.
What great TV have you been watching that we can talk to you about?
A great TV. I've been watching Better Call Saul.
You were always a big Breaking Bad fan. You were always telling me to do it, and I did eventually watch it.
All of it.
Yeah, I got there in the end.
I was intrigued. I saw something on Twitter where you finally watched Breaking Bad, and I got excited.
Ignore the hype and obviously your reaction to said hype, in like you might grade it a bit less or more depending. Just if you discovered it and no one had ever talked about it, would you recommend it?
Honestly, no.
Really?
Because it took me a lot of times to actually get hooked in. But you know what I'm like with television at the best of times. However, it did get worth watching towards the end. I definitely think the latter half of everything was good. Once we got through all the... I didn't feel like it was going somewhere. It was quite slow paced, which isn't a bad thing.
Yeah.
But I think my attention span did cause issues there. But overall, great TV series, brilliant ending, brilliant last couple of seasons, some real jaw-dropping moments as you went through, and a good watch overall. But I don't think unless everyone had been shaking me going watch it, I wouldn't have finished it myself. It was only because I was forced to sit down. Very good though. Don't take anything negative from that.
If there's a rumour going around that they might do another series, I think it's very doubtful. I don't know whether it's been proven or disproven. But would you be excited to see another final series?
No, I think it tied itself very well at the end. As you said, I remember we always used to talk about Lost, didn't we, and how disappointing you were at that. You loved Lost.
Yeah.
And you fought valiantly with us that the end would be good, and then it wasn't. And I think this was a case where they ended it spot on. I loved that ending. I think it was simple, kept to the story, tied everything away. That last episode was kind of a bit forlorn in the sense that, right, we know this is the last episode, everything has to be dealt with, and you know where it's going to end. And it was good. It was good. Great final episode.
But the spin-off series Better Call Saul, I'm quite intrigued by the fact they're doing a little spin-off series about one of the characters within the Breaking Bad universe, as it were.
What else are you watching? That's one thing.
Still the usual things. Walking Dead is still ongoing. Homeland.
Never watched.
What else was there?
I don't know.
You've been reading Walking Dead as well, haven't you?
Yes. Yeah.
You're in the post-Governor lull, I think, aren't you?
Yeah, it's been a bit of a drag at the minute, but as you've mentioned to me earlier, I'm quite excited. You said it's about to get awesome, so I'll plod on with it and see where it takes me.
And you're enjoying the TV series?
Yeah, it's interesting seeing the fact that they're changing it so much but still keeping faithful to the books. It's good that they can do something different with it but still stay along the same storyline. So that's good.
And the important question is to see if you really are still part of the fold. You have watched Frozen.
I've watched Frozen. Yeah, it was a good film. I liked the little snowman person that I can't remember the name of now.
Olaf. Oh God! No wonder we replaced him.
Steve, who owns 2 Frozen T-shirts.
He does,
and a wand
and various paraphernalia.
Yeah, and has a tattoo with
30-odd-year-old man. How old is he?
36.
That is like, you wouldn't want to move near him. That sort of behaviour, would you?
No.
My text tone on my mobile for a while was Olaf saying, "I don't have a skull or bones."
It is a great line.
I don't have a skull or bones. That famous line.
It is a good bit. I
It's good. I didn't think it was really random and it just came out with it.
A lot of the guy who voiced him, his lines were ad-libbed as well.
Anything you'd like to, you've been itching to say in these 90-odd episodes since you last appeared?
Phrases like "I hate you all."
Yeah.
I don't miss it.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm here right now.
I've read all the tweets. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish you'd kind of get over it.
I wish you'd read all the letters from my solicitors, but
well, I mean, it's an intellectual property that owned by me and Andrew. You weren't a man at the time. You were Mike. Don't even count.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Honestly, anything to our beloved listeners who did leave some nice comments about you on our reviews. I don't know if they did actually, but do you want to say anything to them?
Someone called Father's Anonymous 4 and Michael Big Fan 12 said
it's no good without Mike.
Yeah.
There's not much you could say to yourself, is there, seeing as I posted those comments.
Oh, you just out with it.
But I thank me for what I posted.
Well, you should.
It's nice to be appreciated by myself.
You are missed by those 4 fans.
But I want to know what's happened with you guys. Where have things gone in the last year?
I would refer you to 99 episodes of Weekly Geek Speak available on iTunes, Spreaker, Stitcher, Podcast Land and YouTube.
Yes. Well, we've been weekly consistently for 2 years.
Yeah.
Geekly. Pretty consistently.
Yeah.
For 2
We've
years.
been watching movies. We've been watching films.
Yeah, that's always helped.
I suppose, yeah.
Expanded to
We
various
got more
social media
listeners somewhere.
platforms. Yeah, we've slowly risen, got some cool interviews, met a lot of cool people, done stuff, talked about stuff. It's been a blast.
It's a shame I've missed out on
Could have been you.
all that.
Could have been you.
That could have been me.
But yeah, well, thank you very much for coming. Hopefully, honestly, it would be nice to have you on board a bit more in the future. But you have to watch films and play games.
What games can I play?
Hopscotch. hula hoop,
Marbles.
skipping,
naked hopscotch.
naked hopscotch, all of these.
Naked marbles.
What's the worst, like, old school game you could play
I
naked?
think hula hoop would be up there because you're jiggly, aren't you?
Yeah.
Twister would be pretty scary.
Oh,
Play it. What?
bowls, because if you stood behind someone,
Tiddlywinks, just because. Why? Like, everything else should be like, oh, it's to add a sexual feel to it, but Tiddlywinks, you'd just be lying there naked, like.
but the very name of the game is kind of every time someone, oh, Tiddlywink, oh.
Yeah.
Do you mean this or the game?
That's what you call it.
Tiddlywink.
I'm not here for the abuse.
Sounds like a Teletubby.
I'm here for the game.
I'm just abusing you, Mike. Steve's not as fun because he crumbles. You were like a wall that would slowly erode, and it was rewarding. Where Steve's just like a barely put together load of stones that it's like a Jenga piece. You could just pull one and it'd fall apart.
Naked Jenga with Steve.
Let's
You
do
get to
it.
pull a piece of him and he falls apart. You can choose which part.
Works.
Cool. So yeah, well, thank you for coming, Mike. We will love to see more of you in the future, and good luck with getting that 57p.
Did it go up?
57.
It goes up by the
Interest.
podcast by 1 pence.
Penny interest.
Shit. Right.
Oh god! By our 200th episode, £1 odd, £1.50.
I was fine with the penny interest, but you know what? Fuck you, I'm going to take you for every penny.
It's not over. You're a bit bitter about this. We don't have to have you on.
As if you even play this segment.
No. Just to appease you till
I'm
you
glad-
call off your lawyers.
I'm glad to have contributed. I mean, what's this worth? Do I get an extra few pence for?
All about the fucking money.
No, can you see?